Hey yo, what's up, dope, hot and fresh viewers? It's your boy Pedro Kan-ill, um, proudly Bumalanga artist, who's a songwriter, produces his own music. Um, he's also a performer. He's basically anything that is associated with hip hop music. I have a company called Street Amu Entertainment Projects.
Dope, hot and fresh, all day, every day is too much.
Yeah, so Pedro Kan-ill, the name is actually derived from my other name, which is Peter. So I decided to use it in the Latin language, which is Pedro. So yeah, man, Kan-ill is something that I made up myself, which stands for Kings and Nations, Intelligent Lyrical Leaders. Basically, my music is about, dropping knowledge, the street knowledge that I gained from the streets. Since I'm a boy that grew up in the dusty streets of eNgodini, Nelspruit. So yeah, man. Basically, my music is something that it's something that I've learned in the street, that I used as ammunition to actually fight poverty, fight any drug abuse, or fight anything that is against, human morals, if I can put it in that sense. Like I said, that I grew up from Nelspruit, in the dusty road of Amateur Trust. I had to move to a town called Bethel because that's where I was offered a job. I'm currently here with my family. Despite the work-related issues, I'm also, focused on this music since it's something that is a part of me. Like I said, that hip hop is more like a spiritual thing for me. I know most of you will be like, dog, you're an OG now, you should be, doing something else or focusing on promoting other artists maybe. But music for me has been that, healing type of therapy that I'm using, to just forget all my problems and challenges that I go through. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I do not tackle my challenges and move forward. What made me choose the hip hop genre as my line of music is that, I feel like I'm more of an introverted, antisocial type of person. So I always needed a way of expressing myself. So hip hop, since it's poetic, it's something that I related to, in terms of expressing myself as an artist. I could say whatever that I want, without being limited by because I feel like songs, like people who sing, they also raise things that really touches the emotions. But hip hop is like, it gives you a broader perspective in terms of just saying whatever that you want to say, or things that you go through, or what you've experienced in the past. So yeah, man, hip hop is actually something that I grew up listening to the likes of Nas, Tupac, DMX. There's a whole lot of artists that I cannot mention right now, but I was actually influenced by that street rap. Those rappers that they said more than the commercial side of music. So they spoke about things that we go through in the hood as boys or as men. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I chose hip hop, I guess.
When did you write your first verse as a hip hop artist?
When did I write my first verse? I think I cannot really remember, but I think I was in high school. I don't know whether I was doing my matric.
What year was that?
Hey, bro, that's just like maybe it was 2001 or something. I'm not sure, but
Still remember the verse?
I cannot. You know, what actually brought me into this hip hop game is this other boy. He used to rap. I was actually into martial arts. You know, I was one of the guys who were into sports. You know, so I really loved gymming. You know, weightlifting and all that stuff. But you know, there was this boy. I forgot his name. He's from that side of Bushbuck Ridge. He's the one that really introduced me. He actually helped me write my first verse. Or he wrote it for me, I cannot remember. So I actually had to learn on how he actually wrote his raps on the page and just follow that sequence of writing. So that boy really helped me because that's where that spark of hip hop came from. That's where I was able to, start writing my own raps. But yeah, man, the influence really grew on me. I started scripting raps that didn't really make sense. We used to listen to those hardcore rappers, who spoke about killing people. So really, like, the Eminem back in the days. So, but then I met the guy called Buddha Rock, who's also a guy that's been producing for me. He's the one that actually, assisted me with how I should actually conduct myself as a lyricist or as a rapper. He told me that I shouldn't use much of vulgar language because we, especially as rappers, we are known for saying a lot of profane things, all that bad language that a lot of people are using. I don't want to say the words right now, but yeah, he really played a big role in actually helping me, how to structure my writing. So I was able to take away all the F words, all the vulgar that I used previously when I used to write. So yeah, man. Right now, if you can actually listen to my music, you would know that it doesn't even have vulgar on it. I can actually diss you if I want to diss you, but you won't hear any vulgar language or any bad language that's not allowed, in our communities. So yeah, Pedro Kan-ill.
So what motivated you to keep going since you said you started around 90? You said 91?
Yeah, I think started 91, 92.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because in South Africa, hip hop was not a popular
No, not 91. No, 91 was like still early. I think I started 99, 2000. That's where I started, because there were boys in my hood who actually were into this hip hop. By that time, I was still involved in martial arts, so I didn't even know how to rap. So those boys actually were my friends. They kind of like brought me into that hip hop culture. Then they used to wear these do-rags, dress like most of the artists in America or in the US. So yeah, man, that's where I actually got influence. Then to cut the story short, I had to go to Val during my tertiary days, where I met guys who were really doing it. That's when I met even kids who were as young as 13, 14, who could really bust raps, like an adult person. So the influence actually grew on me when I met some guys, Subliminal, Mike Master. There was a guy from Malawi, Mike Master, and Subliminal from the Val side. Those were the guys that I used to chill with and write music. They also helped in helping me to write, because they were actually better than me at the time, so I had to learn from them, how they rap and how they write hooks. So, but that at that particular time, it was still that underground hip hop, that was dominant at the time. So yeah.
But then, because hip hop was not that popular in South Africa, what motivated you to keep going till now?
Well, till now.
Yes.
I think, like I said, music has always been a part of me. like I'm an introverted person right now, so I hardly talk about. It's not like I don't get along with people. I do, you know, but sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm antisocial. I don't really, you know, you can't find me in places where there's a whole lot of people, not unless I'm performing there. So what motivates me is that sometimes, you know, as men, we don't talk about our issues or things that we experience. So what motivates me to even do it now is because I can first, and I can produce my own music, and hip hop is a way of, you know, expressing whatever that I'm going through, whatever emotion that I have or that I need to take out. Because like us, you know, black people, we don't normally go to psychologists to talk about issues, you know. So yeah, man, like I said, I use hip hop as a way of therapy, or taking my story, make my story accessible to other people who might be experiencing the same thing, if I can put it in that way, you know.
So when do you start your own label, Street Amu?
Okay, Street Amu was actually, it was founded in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. But it was just an idea at the time. So it's a word that I actually thought of, you know, since my music is about, you know, street knowledge and what happens, you know, in the streets. I decided to use the word street, and Amu is actually derived from the word ammunition, which I use as, you know, as a weapon, you know, to fight poverty or to fight whatever stresses or abuse that I might be going through, or challenges, so forth, you know. So yeah, man. Street Amu was born on 2010. Then I think I had to go register the company in, when was it, 2014, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I registered the company, because, you know, most of us rappers normally focused on production. You know, we always try to avoid the paperwork or the administration side of things. So we are always, you know, focused on just producing the song and just letting our friends listen to it, you know, forgetting that, you know, we also have to actually do research and learn about the paper, the administration side of things, because that's where the music can be, you know, promoted and pushed to, you know, various places. Man, people I've worked with. I've worked with the likes of Buddha Rock on the production side. I've worked with Sean Gifted. We used to be called Street Amu together back then. I know now he's doing his own thing, East Side Records. And shout out to Sean Gifted. You know, I've learned a lot from him, you know, in terms of, because he's also one of the artists who are really, you know, articulate and what can I say, intricate at the same time. He likes words, he likes punchlines. So he also kind of influenced me into, you know, adopting into the same style, you know. Who else? I worked with, who's that, Art Season. Shout out to Art Season, who's now doing Woods events and all that. And also I worked with other artists, Smash and Grab from Barberton. It's actually a group of guys who are actually, you know, making music together. Mr. 325, I worked with KRS-One, I worked with, who else? Okay, outside of Mpumalanga, I've worked with a guy called Bantori. He's actually one of the dopest emerging artists right now. He's pushing, you know, you can check him out. He's a vendor rapper, and he's really doing amazing music. He worked with the likes of Black Les, you know, you can name most of the artists. Yeah, but I feel like that guy is also one of the dopest and who's really coming up. I was actually privileged to work with him. Yeah, the connection was through his manager, who found me on Instagram, who also, you know, was fascinated by what I'm doing. So yeah, man. Who else did I work with? I worked with the likes of C4, who also is doing it on that side of KZN right now. He recently dropped the track with Duncan, and also I saw the video on YouTube, which is a nice video. And yeah, man, I worked with the likes of Spice, worked with Pell, who else? Worked with Mdu from 9th Street, who's doing that opera music. I worked with, actually I can't remember everybody right now because we made so much songs, but yeah, man. So shout out to everybody who actually, you know, created that platform for me to actually express myself.
So tell us more about Street Amu, because we also see that you are wearing a cap right now. I've seen a couple of people on the street are wearing Street Amu. Do you have clothing? What's going on with clothing?
Yeah, I actually have a clothing line, Street Amu, that was actually done to actually to promote the brand and the music at the same time. So as you can see, this cap, I also have t-shirts, you know, that people really admire, and they normally buy them from me. So yeah, man, the garment is there. If anyone wants to know about clothing, you know, you can just hit me up, whether on Facebook, drop me an inbox message, whatever, and yeah, we can take it from there. Yeah, and also I'm trying to venture into the food business. We are pushing fries, something like your chips, your Russians, your kotas, your burgers, your salads, your wings. So yeah, man, trying to venture into that market also, you know, to give people, you know, better food, better mood, you know, what it is.
So tell us, what do you think of the state of the music in general, not just hip hop, the music in Mpumalanga? Do you think artists in Mpumalanga, they get enough platforms, or they are recognized like other artists from outside?
Yeah, man, I feel like in Mpumalanga we have so much talent, this massive talent. It's just that we don't get much exposure, like, you know, the guys who are actually located on the other side of town, like your Joburg guys, your Cape Town, it can be your KZN. With us Mpumalanga cats, I feel like we've been sidelined in a way. But I cannot really say that I couldn't blame anyone for that, because I feel like we also need to do something with the music. Since there's so much talent here, no one is actually willing to assist in terms of, you know, exposure, putting the talent out there. But I've went to places like in Middleburg, I went to Nelspruit, I've seen guys like Pressure, who's that guy, Morechini, who's that, guys like Ace in Middleburg. There's actually more guys, Kevin, there's another guy in Wheatbank called Toxic. I've seen so much, you know, like dope talent with those guys. I feel like they deserve to be out there right now, but just because in Mpumalanga at the moment we don't have that unity, or guys who would come out and say, you know what, let's invest in this thing, let's try and promote it and put it out there, let's see what happens next, you know. So yeah, there's too much talent, but in terms of growing the talent and actually making it accessible to people, I feel like that lacks.
So, which platforms, including radio or TV, have you maybe got any exposure or a platform to, you know, to push your music or to push your product?
I think the last time we appeared on TV was a long time ago. I remember there was an event that was organized by one of my friends, one of my buddies, one of my homies, Hebza Mabza from Nelspruit. He's currently in Joburg. Yeah, they used to have shows there at Oriental, you know, like eNgodini. That's where it used to happen. I think we were also, you know, fortunate enough to have what's that show again? Hey man, come on! It was a long time ago. I can't really remember, but what was it again? It was a TV show that used to actually promote artists and also get to interview actors. But now, cause I don't know, I've just lost for words. So yeah, man, that was, what was it? I don't know if I can recall it. Selima, it's not Selima Tunes. What was it? Sescon. But that was long time ago. So yeah, man, we were privileged to actually appear there because we were one of the performers there. So yeah, shout out to Hebza Mabza for that. And I think he was working with a guy called Stone from eNgodini. Yeah.
So any radios playing Street Amu music? Also, do you have other people you signed under Street Amu, or there are future plans of having other artists since you have?
Radio stations, music was played in most radio stations, most local radio stations like UK Radio in Benghazi, BCR, what's that one in Emelo, Ligo FM, the OCs, and Ligo also, we were fortunate to be played once. We had an interview there, me and Buddha Rock, and Emalahleni FM, and also Empower. It was before it became Rise FM. Yeah, so yeah, we got the privilege to be interviewed there, let the people get to witness the music.
So how are you expanding Street Amu now? Do you have artists signed in, or are you venturing in other things? No, with you
hey man, with me,
food and clothing. But in terms of like signing other artists or expanding the production, what are you doing? Because we also see visuals. What's happening in visuals? Because we also know that we're shooting visuals.
Yeah, bro. With me, I've always been, you know, a one-man army. But anyway, I'm looking forward to working with different people. You know, thanks to my friend Russell, who's also been, you know, of great assistance. You know, with pushing the vision. Yeah, man, I would love to work with other artists. I'm trying to, you know, get young people, you know, to come work with Street Amu, and you know, who knows. You know, I've seen guys like Kobe Mace and Middleburg, which I feel like the boy has great potential and he should be, you know, doing it for us right now. You know, so I'm really looking forward to be working with other artists. I worked with Season, Odd Season. We've been putting videos out. If you go check on YouTube, just search for Street Amu Apex Gang, then just watch our videos there. You also asked about video shooting. I'm also a video editor, and I also shoot videos. I'm actually trying to, you know, teach myself how to, you know, explore that market also. Since you know, we're the type of artists who were not taught anything. You know, we had to learn everything ourselves because, you know, we only have us. So that's what made us to actually, you know, learn how to do everything ourselves in order for us to, you know, to push and make this thing, you know, an ongoing thing. I'm gonna start about way, man. I think the first project I dropped with Buddha Rock was Untitled. We just dropped a bunch of songs. If I can recall very well, it was like 20 songs that were just randomly dropped as a tape. But it's something that we used to share via, you know, CDs, you know, USB and all that. Then the second tape that I dropped was the Dream Tape. And the Dream Tape was released in 2010. Yes, 2010. Dream Tape House of Version. It features the likes of Sims, Sean Gifted, and Spakalaka, who's also doing it, you know, that side of Springs, I don't know, in Joburg, Zakane. Yeah, so yeah, man. Then what had to follow was, man, like the second project, like I said, it was Kings of the Nation, Stream Tape, which featured the likes of Darula, Spice, Sims, Sean Gifted, who else? Gorilla Ted, 2G, who's now into tattooing. So yeah, man. Then after that, I worked on a collective project with Sean Gifted, which was named Promo Tape. I think that one was released in 2013 or 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Then what followed after was Passion of the Poet, which was launched at Paris in town. Yeah, 2016. I actually did that on my son's birthday, the 16th of July. So yeah, that was a very special day, you know, to have people support you. RIP to Romani, who was also there. He bought like a bunch of CDs, you know. So yeah, man. Then after that, right now, I'm busy working on a project. It's not yet titled, but I've got like plenty of songs that I'm dropping as singles. Some of the songs feature Odd Season, like in the track called Slave. I did a track called They Don't Do It. I did a track also called, we did a track called Sam Lifestyle, but that one was not released. Because, you know, at the time Sam was, you know, the guy who was really, you know, motivated or inspiring us, you know, to, you know, also wanting to have more, you know. So yeah, right now, recently I've dropped a song called All We Want. It's a single. It's out on digital platforms. Yeah, man. Basically, with this song, the plan was to release it, I think, July. It was August, if I'm not mistaken. But due to, you know, the situation that we're in right now with all this state of disaster, pandemic, all that stuff, so that track was kind of like delayed. But I decided to, you know, recently drop it because, you know, I feel like, you know, music shouldn't be, you know, capped or banked, you know, for so long. It should just go out there, and, you know, people should have access to that, you know. And yeah. So the plans with that song is to shoot a video for it, hopefully early next year. Yeah, look out for the video. But yeah, everything is in the pipeline right now. We're in the verge of, you know, making that possible. And also, like I said, that I'm working on a new project. I will not say when the project will drop because right now it's still unclear what's going to happen, you know, with this pandemic stuff, with this COVID-19, you know, situation. So, but the project is coming. So yeah, look out for that.
But how people are receiving your music so far compared to when you started and right now, since you are dropping on digital platforms and also your couple of videos?
Yeah.
How's the fan base been like? The growth?
People always, you know, appreciated the music. Like whenever we go to shows, we perform, you know, we always get someone, you know, it's not always a lot of people, but you know, you always find people that are brave enough to come up to you and say, you know what, guys, you guys rock, you guys are really doing the real thing. We really appreciate what you do, and so you inspire us, you know. So with the music that I'm doing now, I feel like I'm kind of like shifting away from what I've done in the past, because, you know, as an artist, you know, you need to have, you know, you need to be diverse in a way. You can't always do the same thing, you know. It's not like I'm trying to keep up with the time, but I'm just doing music that I feel that I resonate with, music that I feel that I connect with, rather than, you know, being told, you know, you should be doing this type of hip hop. since we grew up on that, boom bap era, a lot of people, expect you to, be doing that, as the proud OG that I am right now. I feel like I can relate. My music, can influence young people and old people, So there's no limit in how to create it,
Out of all the verses you've written since you started rapping, which one you always remember and think, you know what, I went in there?
Yeah, hey bro, it's the thing with me is that I've written so many verses and songs, I always, try not to sound like my previous song or my previous verse whenever I script. So the one that I remember is, what is it? There's this other verse that I dropped when we were actually, I think I dropped it on that spring party show in Secunda. Yeah, we were performing there with Spice, Odd Season. I think that show was organized by, I don't know whether it was Mongesi alone who's doing Scum Plus. Yeah, who's doing Scum Plus shows, events, if I may put it that way. Yeah, we were also privileged to be part of that show. And the verse that I remember, do you want me to drop the verse? Or
drop the verse. That's what we can do it. I want you to hear this, man.
What's the verse again? You've never seen a G kill flows like that. MP, the city that I'm putting on the map. See a little loudmouth so-called rappers in the game, but most of them are chilling in the back. Me and my team straight killing for the check, giving you the hunger and the answer to the math. Can't let the system put a brother in the trap, so I grind for the president, money in the bank. What you know about that? Can't let the dream fade away. There's gotta be an easier way. When the beat bang in your head, gotta learn to obey. 24 hours a day, talking about the effort that I'm putting for the life of the game. I have big goals to attain, even in the difficult days of perpetual struggle. I persist, I don't die in the pain. I'm sick like that. Might as well clap for the winner. Every single verse is a killer. Still in your face, jingle out, make shy and a stinner. A veteran, I'm not a beginner. I've been doing this since my mother had to go and deliver the soul of a passionate leader. Toxic flows make it like 100 shots at tequila. Blowing like a bomb Hiroshima. I'm a pure breed, no fake rap DNA. More words than books at CNA. Like a cowboy with his hands on the 38. I've been smoking like I'm learning how to levitate. Where I come from, I'm a G and a heavyweight. True rebel to the struggle, I'm a renegade. Gaining knowledge every day when I meditate. Haters gave me lemons and I made myself some lemonade. Yeah! Yeah, that's the verse, man. I always remember this verse. It doesn't go away, Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to Mongesi for putting us on, man. People were able to actually witness that and tell me that, I'm really talented afterwards. So, yeah, that's it. Ups and downs in the music, man, is, not being taken serious by organizers at times. Sometimes you would be invited to an event and get there. There's no one to talk to. Probably the guy who's organizing is not there, and you can't even reach them on the phone. And they probably arrive later, and also not getting anything for performances. That's one of the challenges that we experience as artists. People saying that, we're gonna give you exposure and you just have to jump on stage. I feel like artists should be paid, man. It doesn't matter how much really, but at least give something, because we really need that money to actually promote ourselves also, since we are actually, dropping most of our content on across all socials. So we need that money. We need that money for transport. We need that money for food, in case we are traveling like far distances. So yeah, man, that's the up and downs. Is also working with artists, and not and not releasing the music. That's one of the challenges, because you find people who want to feature them. There's not really a vision on what to do with the music, with the songs. Are we planning to put the song, to promote the song and put it on digital platforms? Are we willing to put the songs on TV, on radio? You know, those are the challenges that I've experienced as an artist.
And any plans from now on? As Street Amu, are we seeing more music, more visuals, or more business ventures?
Yeah, man. I'm also trying to venture into event organizing, and also podcasting in a way. So right now I want to start something that will actually promote these young ones, which I feel they have potential. Because I don't want those guys, you know, to make the same mistakes as us, you know. Because we didn't have anyone, like I said before, that we had to do everything ourselves. We didn't have anyone who was willing to invest or mentor us, you know, in terms of how to do the administration side. So I want to actually help these young ones, you know, create like a platform where they can be able to share, you know, their creative stuff or content.
So, any advice to someone out there who's dream is to be a rapper or a lyricist or just an artist?
They normally say that charity comes at home, you know, like begins at home, if I should put it in that way. I feel like we're not getting support from where we come from, you know. Our parents are not playing the role in, you know, supporting us, you know, in music. They only support us in educational related studies, or they can only help you with getting textbooks or you know, school work. But when it comes to something that's, you know, that we have passion for, they don't really, you know, put that full effort in actually helping us, you know, to grow. So the youngins, I would say, you know, just, you know, you need to put in the hours. This music thing is not like, you know, you cannot just do it today and just blow up the next day. You know, it's not an overnight success thing. So you need to really be dedicated. You need to show commitment. You need to really go hard on it. You know, dig in, do research. You know, if there's someone who you think might help you, you know, go to that person, talk to him, and see if, you know, you can actually, something positive can come out of that. Again, man, the project is dropping next year. Like I said, that I won't give out the date right now because you know what we're going through. You know, so I'm looking forward to actually work with different people this time. You know, just to make the project more of a versatile, diverse type of project. You know, I don't want it to sound like my previous project. So yeah, man. People who are interested in the music can actually check us out across all social platforms, like your Facebook. I go by the name Pedro Kan-ill. Instagram, it's at Pedro Kan-ill, one word, and also on Twitter is at Pedro Kan-ill 013. Where else? Also, you can check our videos. All the content that you might be interested in is on YouTube channel at Pedro Kan-ill, and also at Street Amu Apex Gang. That's where you can find most of the content that we've released. Yeah, man. Also, those that want to talk to me, you know, directly, maybe they need my contact and stuff, direct contact, you can hit me up on Facebook, just give me a message, send me a message, and yeah, man, we can take it from there. Those that really need features, I'm talking about people who are really serious about, you know, creating music and putting it out there, making sure that it reaches people, not just someone who's just, you know, fascinated by what they see, you know. So yeah, man, on this project that I'm presently working on, you know, I want to use more of Double L's beats because I feel like he's one of the most creative, dopest beat makers in MP right now. Also, you know, doing his thing. I really connect with his sound. So yeah, man, expect more of Double L and also Buddha Rock and Smash and Grab also. Those are the guys that I'm also hoping, you know, that I get, you know, their sound and also, you know, work on something, something that they created, because I also find them amazing, you know, in terms of, you know, production and mastering. So yeah, those are the guys that I'm also expected to work with on this project. And who knows, but you know, there isn't any specifications with regard to who I'm going to work with. I can work with anyone, you know. Like I said, I was also fortunate to work with a guy called Bantodi, the guy from Venda. I'm also looking forward to, you know, doing something with him on this project, in this particular project. Yeah. Before I say goodbye, I'd like to, you know, give a big shout out to Dope Hot and Fresh, you know, for blessing me with this interview, you know, being able to, you know, share my side of the story as far as the music is concerned. So yeah, man, shout out to Spice, who's actually, you know, the guy behind everything, you know. So yeah, man, it's much love. Yeah, man, go check out my single. It's called All We Want. To those guys who've been following my music, those that are, you know, interested in what I say in music, go check that out. That song is a song that, it's a very emotional song where I was able to express, you know, what we went through as a country, you know, through this pandemic situation. Also, you know, my family, all the tough times, you know, being able to, you know, stay afloat, you know, not being swallowed by the stress that we all go through. So yeah, man, go check the song. It's a very significant song. I'm sure it can be meaningful to a whole lot of people who love hip hop and who love to listen to lyrics. So yeah, man, check that out. Singing is out. All We Want. It's on digital platforms. Yeah, man. Before I walk out, let me drop something for you guys. You know, I'm about to walk out of the door. My destiny's calling. I've never been ready to go out and settle the score. This everyday agony couldn't devour me. Had to be sharp like a sword. Had to go check in the mirror and prove that I'm chosen. I'm not like a fraud. This type of energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. They thought I was dead, so they buried me deep, just like a seed in the soil. My angels are watching. They're always beside me. My spirit is closer to God. Blood on my blood, flesh on my flesh, the people I'm hustling for. I'm grateful for every minute of my life in the hood. As long as we're feeding the children, we're good. Pursuing these riches for lives to improve. Determined to get it, we're not gonna lose. Stay on my frequency, far from the jealousy, negative moods. Bob Marley trees, good for my body. I'm sick of this poisonous booze. Jump in the boot, cooking that dope. When there be this, jeez. Yeah, man, shout out. Dope Hot and Fresh. You know, keep watching that. You know, share it with your friends. You know, don't forget to, you know, pray, because it's a very tough year. We don't know what's going to happen next year. So, you know, stay alive. Shout out.
Dope Hot and Fresh all day, every day is too much.